What's up, guys, and welcome back to A Conversation with John. I am your host, John. And as the video is titled, How Are We Doing? Just want to talk about how I'm doing thus far this year and check in with you as to how you are doing. Um, for me, this first month of the year it's been good. I've enjoyed myself. A lot of hard work. I came into the second week of the year because the first week I was in Cancun for my birthday, just relaxing and self reflecting and working on my list of 300 things that I wanted, as I talked about in my last video. If you haven't seen that, go back and look at that video. But yeah, I worked on my list. I got it put in my journal slash planner slash whatever book that I've been working on. So I guess I'll show you. And I like doing creative things. So um yeah, each page is something completely different because why not? So yeah, there it is. Look what God did in 2026. The first thing was to see my life through God's lens, and each page is something random. Um, yeah, each page is something random. Um, because why not? The background is something random, and uh, yeah. So this one is just like, oh Jesus, bunch of letters and random stuff that I found, and just randomness all of it all. And then I'm reading more, so I put like a reading tracker in there. Um, because every day I'm trying to read. Right now I'm reading this book called Children of Blood and Bone, which is kind of good this far. I read this other book called Sky Full of Elements by Sibo Campbell. I finished that this year, and that was very interesting. The ending was kind of like, but the premise of the book is that all the white people in the world are walking to the nearest body of water, a lake, river, ocean, swimming pool, and they die. And so black people are having to rebuild society and figure out how to function with all the white people gone. So it was a very interesting story. I definitely understood that. And in here I kind of journal and just talk about my life and all the things that are going on. So yeah, that's that. So um also for me in my life, what else? Just a lot of work because after the first week I knew that I was going to be in grind mode because there's a lot of things that I want to do. As I mentioned in my last video, like we die at the end of this, so I want to experience everything that I could possibly experience. That's kind of why I started doing this. I'm sitting in my office and I finally got my shirts on the wall, so every concert I go to I get a t-shirt just to remind me of the concert in and of itself, and just to remind myself of the things that I've done. Like I said, when I get 80, 90 years old, which is why I start also did this book too, like just kind of scrapbooking, keeping track of the things I do in my life. I want to look back and know that I've done everything. So that's why I go to shows that I get t-shirts and stuff like that from, just to remember it. Some of the shows that I have on the horizon, I'm going to see the Queen's tour in February. That is Patti LaBelle, Shaka Khan, Stephanie Mills, and Gladys Knight. And how all this kind of started was, it was like 3 years ago, I want to say. Patti LaBelle was performing at the Orpheum in New Orleans, and I was just like, "Well, I like Patti LaBelle, but I'm not gonna go because I'm not gonna know every song that she does on the set." And then after the show passed, I'm like, I was kind of upset that I didn't go because it's just like she's getting older. She's one of our legends, and I do like her, some of her music, but again, I don't know all her music. And I was like, I should have went, and I regretted it because again, why not? So ever since then, like anytime I have an inkling of somebody that I want to go see that I kind of like, I just go because why not? And so that's how I ended up going to go see all these people. I've seen Chris Brown there and there twice, and Coco Jones and Katy Perry and Brandy and Monica and JoJo and Glorilla and Soldier Boy. Yes, I randomly went to go see Soldier Boy. Found tickets on Ticketmaster for like $25, and I went to a show in New Orleans, and it was interesting. And I was ready to go like 45 minutes in, but it was something to do. It's still an experience. So yeah, so I'm going to go see the Queen's tour in New Orleans. One of the things about doing all of this is budgeting. That's one of the things that I want to talk about on my channel. And because it's very important, I work in collections. And so on a daily basis, I deal with people who clearly a lot of them don't budget because they owe a lot of money and they don't do things wisely with their money clearly because they're behind on their payments. I don't understand how you have a payment that's $8 bi-weekly or maybe a month for because I've seen an account like that and you're past due 200 and some dollars. Like, how do you not are not able to pay an $8 payment? I don't know. So that's why budgeting is very important. And I get it. Everybody has different responsibilities. Everybody is on a different playing field economically. But I think no matter how much money you make, you've got to know what to do with it. I worked for a finance company before, and I've seen people who make thousands of dollars a month. And I remember one of our customers had made was making 10 plus $1,000 a month. But because this man owed everybody under the sun, he didn't have very much money to deal with. So I've always tried to be cognizant of making good financial decisions. Now, am I perfect? No. Do I still make mistakes? Of course, I still make mistakes. But every day I'm trying to do better. And I think that I'm finally in a place of really tuned in and zoned in on what I need to do budget wise to make my life rotate and make things happen and do the things that I want to do. So talking about that and how I'm making these things happen because there's a lot of shows and things that I want to do on the horizon. Like I love concerts. Like I want to go see Josh Levi. He's an amazing up and coming R&B artist. He's going to be in Houston in I want to say March. And at the same time, that same week is the Houston Rodeo. So I kind of want to go do both of those. So I've got to figure out on my budget how to make that happen because I haven't gotten the tickets for those yet. There's Akeem Ali. He's a really good rapper. He's going to be in Huntsville, I think, in maybe March. So I kind of want to go see that show too. So trying to figure out incorporating that in my budget. I'm going to go see Cardi in for the Am I the Drama tour in April in Atlanta. I already got the tickets for that. So, and there's a really fun project that I'm working on for that. So be on the lookout for that video. But yeah, there's so many things that I want to do because again, we die at the end of this. I want to look back on my life when I'm 80, 90 years old and like I've done so much and have these memories. So yeah, there's that. Um also, oh God, thinking about my life, this has just been very interesting. And I guess you guys are going to have a window into me on a very personal issue. I didn't get to talk to my therapist about this on Tuesday because there were so many other things to discuss. So I guess we're going to talk about it. The 31st is in essence Giveon's song Heartbreak Anniversary. And I guess I think it's a lot of it is laughable at this point, but it's still something that I feel a little bit of a ways about. So I'll share that story because why not? Maybe that'll help me completely get over it. Because I've been waiting for this day to come to really determine how I feel about the whole situation. So I'll drop that video actually on the 31st for my heartbreak anniversary. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. It's a very personal story and one I can't believe I'm going to tell, but I really don't give a fuck. Why not? Cause who gonna check me, boo? Shout out to Sheree. Yeah, so what else has happened for me this month? One of the really fun things that I did, one of my friends, one of my dearest, oldest friends, has a YouTube channel. It's called Sup Media Reviews. My friend Kira, and she reviews TV shows, movies, media entertainment from 20 years ago. So I did an episode of her podcast with her, and whenever it comes out, I'm gonna post it on my channel. So I'm not gonna ruin what we're talking about. But yeah, it was really fun. We had a really good conversation about this movie, and I really enjoyed it. I had been wanting to do her podcast because I think she's funny. She sings songs from movies and stuff, and it's really entertaining. And I guess I could have been asked her to be on her podcast, but I don't know. I just never did. So when she asked me, I was like really excited because yeah, I had been wanting to do it. So yeah, I'm glad that happened. So that was really fun. And it also inspired me to get more organized with my channel. So I'm about to batch record a bunch of videos and prepare to send it out. So I'll probably be wearing the same thing in a lot of these videos. So There you go. That's why. Because I'm trying to be more organized and I'm trying to be more committed to doing actual things for my channel. Um, what else? There were moments for me this month that were kind of tough. I did have some difficult conversations, and just emotional wise, but I mean, yeah, I kind of got past that, so that's good. Also with the world that we're in, I think that starting off with I live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, so we just got past this whole Arctic blast situation and cold, that whole situation. So thank God we survived that. But also just everything that's going on in Minneapolis, I can't even talk Minneapolis right now with ice, the ice of it all. I was listening to a video of the sheriff talking about, and it's been 3 weeks and they've already had 3 people killed. The last guy that just got killed, his name is escaping me. I'm so sorry. But it's just sad and it's disgusting because where is the humanity of these people? Y'all are just killing people and without any concern or anything like that, and it's just sad and disgusting, and it's just like, when are things going to change? When is the leadership of this country going to be better and do better? This man lost his life for literally no reason. He had a weapon that he had the legal right to have. He was complying with the police, and he still died. And it's disgusting. Um, Immigration is a big deal in this country, and I get it. And yes, people should come here in the right way, but there's a better way than this. That we shouldn't be killing people in the streets. We shouldn't be locking people in cages because they're just trying to come here to have a better life. Like this, that's not the answer. Like none of this is working. We've got to do better. I saw a video of this lady, white lady, and her husband being interviewed, and when the interviewer asked him, well, if Jesus was trying to come in the country, would you let him? And he said, the husband said, yeah. And the lady said, well, if he comes in the right way. And then the interviewer was like, well, if he comes in here legally. And then they both walked away, because it's the irony of it all. Like, the only way that Jesus would have came if he would have came the right way. And it's just like these people, like, we're supposed to be a Christian nation. Where is the God in all of this? Where is the love? Where is the caring for your neighbor? Where is all of that in all of this? Yes, we should have some policies for immigration, but this isn't it. And it's very interesting that during the time of the last election, when so many black people and so many other people were saying we need to vote for Kamala, when Kamala was saying that if we let this man get in office, all these bad things are going to happen. I remember Michelle Obama speaking at a rally or speech somewhere. If we let this man in office, all these things are going to happen. And all these things are happening. Y'all didn't want to vote for Kamala because she was a woman, because she was black, because of all these things, because the racism, because of stupidity, because I know somebody personally who voted for Trump, and just fucking stupidity of it all. It's just like why? Do y'all really think that Kamala would have had ICE in the streets killing people? Do y'all really think that Kamala would have had us kidnapping the president of Venezuela? Do y'all really think that Kamala would have had us destroying our allies, talking about going to Greenland? Like, do y'all really think that she would have been doing all of this? I really don't think so, but this is the country that we live in. There's got to be a better way. Like, there's got to be a better way. These senators and representatives in Congress and in the Senate, y'all need to go up there and do something. I think I've heard somebody say that the government is supposed to be shutting down in the next couple of days. Like, y'all need to make something shake, and we've got to get some changes. They are protesting in Minneapolis right now because of ICE. Like, I just pray that God protects these people that are out there protesting, and that this comes to an end. Like, things have got to be better. This is not it. The United States, this is the ghetto, and it's got to get better. Um, Things have got to change. So yeah, we've got to make some changes in this world, and I'm just praying that we, as the Christian nation that we are supposed to be, start exhibiting Christian values. I'll say that. We're supposed to be a Christian nation. Let's start exhibiting some Christian values. The racism that a lot of this stuff is rooted in is ridiculous. I heard one person posting on social media, and she had a very interesting concept of it all. It's very sad that the man that died had to die, but it's almost as if it had to be him because I think she said now that the NRA, and I didn't fact check this, so allegedly it's what she's saying. I'm just going off what she's saying. Now the NRA is kind of spoken out about it. And if that's true, the NRA don't speak about nothing when it comes to gun violence and stuff like that. I guess it had to be a white man to make things different because they are in essence at the top of the food chain when it comes to American culture and American society. And so in order to make change, it's not that more people, no, because I'm not saying more people need to die, but I'm just saying that definitely not. Don't take this. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that more white people like that man need to step up and see that a lot of change is not going to be made unless y'all are willing to put yourself in a place to stand up for what's going on because black people, black men, black women, um other ethnicities, brown people have been fighting, but we need our white brothers and sisters to stand up with us to fight as well. More of you need to stand up and fight because based on the numbers from the election, it's like y'all like I don't it's ridiculous. A lot of you chose this, and now a lot of you are figuring out that y'all should have listened to the black and brown people that were saying this man was no good. I saw a video on Instagram of this white man talking about how Trump promised no tax on overtime, and he's figuring out that overtime is being taxed. They're not taxing like anything over 40 hours, you get paid time and a half. And what he was saying is that they're not taxing the half, but they're taxing the time. And that's not what he voted for. But how many times has Trump lied to us about any and everything? Another creator I saw talking about a white lady talking about is America great yet? Is this the greatness that America's supposed to be? Because he ran on making America great again. Is this the greatness that America is? Like we're killing Americans in the street. The grocery prices are sky high. People can't afford homes. Is this America great yet? Like we're destroying our allies ships with other countries. Is America great yet? Not really great from what I can see. People losing their health care. Is America great yet? The lady was talking about how she can't even afford, I think she said she had like $10 in her bank account, a white lady, and it was her son's birthday, and another son did something with basketball, and she couldn't even afford to buy him cake or take them out to eat. And she's like, she does have food stamps, but she doesn't have that anymore because of everything that's going on, because of the bigotry and racism and the hate that people have, that is over with. And so it's just like she kept saying, is America great yet? Is America great yet? This don't feel very great. America is great for people who are wealthy. This is a system that is meant for the rich and powerful to succeed. And I think that's one of the things that Michelle Obama was saying in her speech. He don't care about none of us. All you poor ass white people that voted for him, he don't give a fuck about none of y'all. He cares about the rich people. If you ain't got 600 what did she say? 600,000, 6 commas in your bank account, 7 commas in your bank account, you don't matter. If you're not rich, you don't matter. So we the people, as the poor of this country, we got to stand up and stick together. That is the only way that we're going to survive, because if we let these people keep doing what they're doing and keep pushing the envelope further and further, well, I don't know what kind of world we're going to have to live in. So yeah, something's got to change. We've got to use our voices to vote. They're already trying to fuck up the midterm election, so we've got to get out there and vote. I saw one lady saying how her name was moved from the voting rolls, and she lived in Texas. So make sure you're still registered to vote. Like, it's just, it's just a very interesting times we live in. We've got to do better. Um, but even in the midst of all of that, like I said, find some semblance to enjoy the life that you have. Do things for you, check on the people that you care about, and make time for them and the things that you like to do. We weren't meant to be here just to work, to slave ourselves to death, to work sun up to sundown, and there's nothing else left to do. We're meant to enjoy ourselves and meant to enjoy the fruits of our labor. And I know it's very difficult at times, especially when you have a lot of responsibilities. And I get it. I'm single. I ain't got no responsibilities to nobody but me. But still make time for yourself to do what you can for yourself. If that's as simple as going to the park, going for a walk, or going to the library to get you a book to read. And or I don't know, just visiting friends and family or whatever you can do. Self care, take care of yourselves. Yeah, because life is hard and you've got to do what you can for you. And I feel like I'm rambling, so that's that. So, yeah, until next time, this has been a conversation with John. I'll talk to you later. Peace.